While everyone might think that Tori is the villain in Cobra Kai Season 2, in reality, Samantha LaRusso, just like her delinquent father, is the real villain of Cobra Kai. If you haven't seen the original video explaining why Daniel LaRusso is the real villain in the original Karate Kid film,
you guys be careful not to go stepping in front of any more buses now, alright?
Then you can check it out, linked below in the description of the video. Now let's begin. Samantha LaRusso is the stuck-up, promiscuous, overly privileged, bratty, hit-and-run teenage daughter of Daniel LaRusso. The series starts out with her dating some guy who physically assaults her future love interest, Miguel. So clearly she likes the bad boys. Then the same guy goes on to attempt to sexually assault her in a movie theater before she finally breaks up with him.
I said, stop it.
She then begins dating Miguel after he saves her from a fight that she instigated. Miguel is an Hispanic American who is a stand-up young man with strong family values and taught karate by Sensei Johnny Lawrence. Behind Miguel's back, Samantha begins seeing Robbie, the future felon, estranged son of Johnny Lawrence, who is just looking for a second chance. That's sarcasm. Later on, she confronts Miguel at a party with Robbie present while acting like they're just friends. She times it just right and gets between the two of them and allows herself to get hit by Miguel in the process. Miguel immediately apologizes for something that he clearly did not intend to do, and that Samantha clearly orchestrated. Regardless, she breaks up with Miguel and starts dating Robbie, who now lives in her guest house after she manipulates her father into letting him move in. At this point, we can now introduce Tori, who will become the main rival of Samantha's and the heroine of the Cobra Kai series. Tori is a girl who comes from a poor family, but doesn't let that get her down. She's hardworking and stands up for herself. After a quick sparring match between her and Miguel at the Cobra Kai dojo, she invites Miguel out, who still has a broken heart from the breakup with Samantha.
You know how to get over her? Have a little fun. I know just the place.
She helps Miguel's heart to heal, and then they start dating. Samantha later attends a get-together where Tori is hanging out with Sam's former best friend, whom Samantha ditched when she became one of the cool kids, and now wants to make up with after the cool kids ditch her. When a robbery suddenly occurs, she automatically accuses Tori of being the thief without any proof. She then gets into a physical confrontation with Tori, who denies stealing anything, but instead tries to walk away. Sam attempts to snatch her purse, at which point Tori pushes the violent Samantha off her, who then trips and falls backwards into a nearby table and gets covered in food, as she rightly deserved. Angered by her inability to physically intimidate Tori, Samantha then begins training in martial arts at her father's illegitimate dojo called Miyagi-Do, which is named after Daniel's former master and enabler. While Tori is working at her job at a roller skating rink, we can't all have rich parents like Samantha, Samantha and Robbie walk in. Samantha spots Miguel, who is there helping Tori. Jealous that Tori is now dating Miguel, whose heart she destroyed, she begins flirting with Miguel. Tori notices this and moderately bumps into Samantha as a nonverbal cue to back off. Rather than take the hint, Samantha violently attacks Tori, sending her crashing to the ground. She and her delinquent boyfriend Robbie are then thrown out of the roller rink for Samantha's vicious attack on Tori. Fast forward, Tori and Sam again end up at the same social gathering. Tori, still upset about Sam's previous assault on her, challenges Sam to a drinking match. Tori loses and Samantha comes out victorious like a true sorority frat girl. Maybe it's thanks to all the practice she got when, while intoxicated and underage, she slammed into the car of Johnny Lawrence, almost totaling it, after which she fled the scene with her friends. But I digress. Now back to the present. Feeling empowered after beating Tori at the drinking game, Samantha decides to go after Miguel once more and proceeds to make out with him, something that Tori witnesses from a distance. After the underage drinking party gets shut down by the cops, Sam, almost too drunk to walk, begs Robbie not to take her home. So instead, Robbie brings her to his father's place, where his father, Johnny Lawrence, quickly helps Daniel LaRusso's drunken daughter. Not before long, Daniel tracks Samantha to Johnny's apartment, violently kicking the door in when Johnny doesn't let him in immediately, and then forces Samantha out of the apartment, who is still sleeping off her drinking. A short time later, school is started again. Tori is understandably still upset about Samantha's numerous attempts to steal her boyfriend. Tori breaks into the school's mic room. Let's make this clear, Tori is wrong for doing this. Now using the mic, she issues a challenge to Samantha.
Samantha LaRusso.
You know what you did, and now you're gonna pay for it.
At which point it remains nothing more than a verbal challenge. Samantha, being the delinquent that she is, and not one to back away from a brawl, chooses to confront Tori instead of simply walking away. After confronting Tori, Samantha gets into a physical altercation with her, where she comes out victorious. Her violent new boyfriend Robbie, who she's still dating after making out with Miguel behind his back, then severely injures Miguel when Miguel chooses not to continue fighting in their brawl that was happening at the same time. The season ends with Miguel in the hospital, unconscious and fighting for his life. His sensei Johnny Lawrence, who is completely broken by the current state of events, walks about lost, while Samantha ultimately pays no price for any of her horrible actions throughout the entire season. May Tori finally get even in Season 3. And there you have it. Samantha LaRusso was the real villain of Cobra Kai. Thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and catch you in the next one.